Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Joe. Welcome back to SNES's Life. This is recap episode number 79, I believe. Yeah, because we're working on the next set of 5 games right now. It leads to 400, which is pretty awesome. But you can see today we're going to be talking about Jeopardy, Hardball III, the Jetsons, Final Fight Guy, and Hyper Volleyball. So let's get started. Jeopardy, the Deluxe Edition, is still Jeopardy. It looks and sounds pretty much like the other Jeopardies we've played. I think the graphics might have been a little sharper. The character sprites still weren't anything to write home about. The controls work exactly the same as the other 2 games. It's Jeopardy. If you like trivia, maybe you'll like it. But it has to be trivia dated from like 1994 and previous, because obviously it's missing the last 20 years. So, I didn't care for it as Jeopardy. I gave the other 2 a thumbs down. This one's going the same way, thumbs down. I don't know. It just, trivia games don't hold up. It's just what it is. Next up is Hardball 3. This is baseball. I have not liked very many fake baseball games. And this one was pretty difficult. I did not care for the fielding at all. And that is where most baseball games fall down, is if the fielding is bad. Now, the graphics in this one I thought looked pretty decent. You can see there on the pitching mound that it was kind of a different view than you normally get, which is neat. And I can respect that. I thought the whole game kind of looked like someone had used MS Paint and like a spray can. It's very, very heavily pixelated and not smooth at all. The transitions are hard. And the controls were okay. Getting the timing down on the ball and hitting the ball, swinging your bat was kind of hard. It was all right. I've played better baseball games. That's just all there is to that. So I'm going to give this a thumbs down. There was kind of one neat part, I should say. Every time you went to throw the ball or swing the bat, you got to choose. You could see the option menus right there. Whether you wanted to, very kind of sim customizable-ish, Do you want to throw the knuckleball, the slider, the duster, and when you get it up to bats, do you want to bunt? Do you want a power hit? Do you want a regular hit? So it does give you some cool options in that, but it just doesn't make up for the rest of what I consider to be pretty poor gameplay. Don't care for it. Thumbs down. Next up, the Jetsons Invasion of the Planet Pirates. This game was interesting. It was very colorful. I thought the graphics looked good. The sprites really matched up to the Jetsons themselves. They had the Jetsons theme song at the beginning. You get this weird like vacuum cleaner that you get as you can see, attach yourself to walls and ceilings. You suck guys up and throw them. It played pretty well. The music was good. The sound was good. There were some serious difficulty spikes here and there, which were weird. I don't know. I was torn at the end of the day on this one. Like, I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was great. I said I gave it a thumb sideways, but just because I need to, I'd got to make decisions. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I thought the game was worth playing. It's not worth buying. This game was okay, but I looked it up and it was like $150, and it is nowhere near worth that. The only thing I could come up with is because it's the Jetsons, so maybe people consider it collector's memorabilia. Or maybe it just didn't sell well at all, and so it's real rare. I don't know. But God almighty, $150 too much for this game. It gets a thumbs up, but just barely. Next up is Final Fight Guy. Now, in this episode, I said that I'm pretty sure we gave the original Final Fight a thumbs down because it was a single player. And as such, I gave this one a thumbs down because it is still single player. The only real difference here, I did notice there was a couple character sprites different. Like the Andores didn't show up as much. And instead of Cody, you get Guy and Hagar for player choices. Otherwise, the gameplay is pretty much the same. The music's good. The graphics are okay. Pardon me. I went back, I think I said that, yeah. We went back and gave the original Final Fight a thumbs up just because it's Final Fight. I guess we were just respecting the legacy. But I'm giving this one a thumbs down. Like, if you've played Final Fight 1, there's a million better ways to play it where you get access to two-player beat 'em up. You got the Sega CD version. I think you got one for like the 3DO. You got the arcade. The Capcom beat 'em up bundle, I believe, has Final Fights in it. Or, yeah, I think it was Capcom did this, didn't they? Jesus, I don't know. My brain's shutting down. It's late. There are better beat 'em ups that do 2-player co-op, which is the whole point of a beat 'em up to me. So play those, not this. This is okay, but meh. Thumbs down. And final up is Hyper Volleyball. Now this was interesting. I have never played a volleyball game on the computer, or the Super Nintendo, or anything for that matter, actually. I've never played. I do actually have a volleyball game for the original NES. I think it's like Super Spike Volleyball. And that's only because it's in a combo cartridge, I think, with World Cup. One of those Kunio Kune games. Once you kind of got the feel for this down, it wasn't so bad. I lost the first couple matches pretty handily until I kind of figured out the timing of things. And it is a very timing specific thing. Like, you have to tap the buttons at the right time. Also, you know, it matters a lot where you're pushing your directions when you hit a button as to where that ball is going to go. And so there is definitely a strategy of watching where the opponent's people are and then aiming for spots where they're not, which is cool. But what doesn't make sense to me is, like, when you see volleyball, you know, I would imagine it from like a top up or maybe an isometric, but from the side, it's just kind of weird. You lose the whole fact that there's a court there. Maybe like NBA Jam would have been a better way, kind of a tilted 3-dimensional perspective, because it just feels kind of wrong. And this game was akin to Baseball Simulator 1000, where one of the modes, this is just regular mode right here, you could do hyper mode, which isn't probably what it's all about. And then your characters are androids, and so they can do these like special super shots where the ball turns into like a super weight and hits the ground like really fast, or it splits into multi-balls, but only one of them is real, so the opponent has to guess. And I didn't get into that as much. I didn't care for that. So take that for what you will. I enjoyed the regular version of it. Not enough that I would ever want to really play it again, but it's okay. I gave it a thumbs down because it's just, I don't think it's worth going out and hunting up. It played fine. Yeah, thumbs down. So that's a sad set. 4 downs and 1 up. But we'll see what's coming up. I got 5 more games till I hit game 400. The 5th one will be game 400. I got like Natsume Wrestling, Ren and Stimpy, Saturday Night Slam Masters, King of Monsters, and a game I can't remember what the other one is. But I'm coming up to 400 real fast, and I got like 3 wrestling games in the next set. So those should be cool. And we'll see how it turns out. But I appreciate you guys, everybody who's stuck with us all this time. Thank you very much. And, keep on trucking and enjoying, and we'll see you guys next recap. Next recap will be covering up to 400, so thanks a lot. Have a good one.